if you need to help someone who's injured in the backcountry, the solo roll onto tarp and pad, also known as SROTAP, is a great technique to have in your back pocket. If somebody's injured or unconscious and can't move on their own, laying directly on the ground and not being protected from the wind and rain or snow is not good and can make their situation and the overall outcome much worse. So we generally want to get the patient protected from the environment as soon as possible. So here's how we do it. Roll the tarp halfway up and place it on the opposite side of your patient. Next, roll them towards you. To do the most spine-friendly roll, place one hand on their cheek and the other hand under their opposite shoulder with your elbow at their hip. This way, you control the 3 weight centers of their head, shoulders, and hips. With a heavier patient, you'll need to position your hand further down their torso or even at their hip or knee. Next, roll them towards you, leaning the person on your legs. Getting them past 90 degrees is important for 2 reasons. One, it will allow you to let go of them and reach across for the tarp without them flopping back over. And 2, it'll allow you to get the tarp further underneath them and in a better position for later. Next, lay them back down. Then reach underneath and pull the tarp out from under them. You can now cover them up. We'll repeat the same process with a foam pad or a camping mattress. Again, place it on the opposite side of the patient, roll them towards you past 90 degrees, get it underneath and roll them back over. If you anticipate wanting them on their side in a recovery position right away, you can alternatively not put the foam pad as far underneath and lay them back onto it so they're now off center on the pad, and then roll them onto their opposite side into a recovery position. Placing a pillow under their head that is the right size to keep their head, neck, and back in line would be important for this. Now, with the person protected, you can go ahead with your secondary assessment, uncovering parts as needed and then covering them up again to maintain protection. Now, you might be wondering, why put the foam pad under the tarp? Well, you could do the opposite and have the pad inside, but I like doing it this way because you can now use this tarp to move the patient, and eventually can also become the inside vapor barrier if you're making a double vapor barrier hypothermia wrap system with this tarp right around their body to prevent evaporative cooling, and another tarp around the outside of the whole thing to protect from the wind and the weather, with your insulation layers in between. As always, there can be tons of variations of this technique, and you should adapt it based on your situation.